I'd say that comes to like the question I asked you of discovering what I was capable of. You know, there's been so many times where I've been in a prep and I felt way too far behind to win. And I had an injury last year when I tore my lat, tore my bicep, I was in the hospital, like all these different things going on. And I'm like, there's no way that I can do this. Like, it's impossible. And if I were to ever ask myself in the past, like, do you think you could win or get through this and do this? I'd be like, no way, it's impossible. But I was in it and I did it and I accomplished it. And I was like, I'm capable of so much more than my mind understands. And I think that's just the greatest part of the journey that I've achieved, is like that understanding of what I'm capable of and that belief in myself to what I can accomplish. And it only came through the journey. It didn't come through the winning. It come through the challenge that came along the journey and coming through it and fighting through it and the beauty of all that. And on top of that, there's just been so many moments in the midst of things where like it's a workout or it's a diet or I'm starving or I'm just, like doing check-ins or something, and I'm just like, this is incredible. Like, I'm peak condition in the world right now, fighting to be the best in the world, and I'm living in that moment right now. I'm doing this is what it takes. When people see something on stage, this is what they don't see, or what I'm feeling in my mind, but no one will understand what it takes to get there. I get to experience this every day, and I think it's just part of the human experience, feeling in life that's just so beautiful.
I do believe that part of, not in a rush to get there, and we want to stave it off sometimes, and that it can be a screaming fight, and partially denial can help us get there. I understand that, but still, it's on our side. It's going to happen. And since it's going to happen, and that's non-negotiable, might as well go, well, I'm not going to rush to try and make more of it than there is. I want to try and spend the time I got as well as I can, produce, succeed, achieve, well, whatever those things are, but also at a pace that I'm me, that I like to dance to. I like the give and the take. I like the reverb. I like the cause and effect of how things are happening at this pace. How are we orienting ourselves now, since time is speeding up so much faster with AI? I want to ask you this with AI, and I mean this is an objective question. With AI, with all these podcasts, with all these wealth of information that people can get at all times, and no one's listening to music anymore, they're listening to everybody talk about this and reading up on this, and they're finding out the answers in 10 seconds that would have taken them 10 days to get before. Do people sound smarter to you?
No.
Me neither. They don't sound dumber. I do think, so we're talking about if everything's significant, nothing's significant at all.
I think at least what I take away from that is that somebody who's got a lot of self-motivation and discipline and is powered by what they want to achieve still needs a goal to be moving toward in order to drag them through a very difficult time. Mm-hmm. Because had you have not had this new challenge, this new outcome, this new peak that you're aiming toward, how much harder is it going to be for you to go through? Where is the motivation? It's purely self-generated, right? As opposed to every single training session, every single rehab session, Jason Statham's there. My favorite lesson from Jocko Willink, Navy SEAL guy.
Yeah.
People think that discipline is when you want to do a thing or feel like you're going to do a thing, but doing the thing in spite of not wanting to do the thing is discipline. That is what discipline is.
Yeah.
If you want to do the thing, it doesn't take any discipline to do it. Did it take discipline to eat the cheesecake? No. It took discipline to not eat the cheesecake, because you have to force yourself to do the thing that you do not want to do. Mm-hmm. That is what discipline is. He's got the same thing around bravery. It says doing the thing in spite of not wanting to do the thing, in spite of being scared, is what bravery is. If you're not scared, there's no such thing as bravery.
There you go.
Unless you can push through discomfort, most things that are going to give you the greatest reward require discomfort initially.
Yeah.
Right? And the discomfort, it's like, my original teacher, Jim Rohn, used to always say, there's two pains in life, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. He goes, discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. And
Yeah,
so
well said.
I've trained myself to do that. Then I meditate. Then I always make an acknowledgement call briefly, or leave a voicemail for someone just to spark the day. And then the first thing I do is always whatever's the most difficult.
Yes.
Because then you have momentum for your day. And when you train your brain to do what's difficult first, then emotional fitness just comes naturally, and more importantly, so does achievement, so does your ability to contribute to other people. Because I have 105 companies now, to give you an idea. I manage 13 of them directly, ongoingly. And there are all kinds of different industries, from AI to my resorts in Fiji to sports teams I own. And I mean, it's insane, the dichotomy of them. We're doing $7 billion in business, so I gotta do that while I'm being a good dad to 5 kids and 5 grandkids, while I'm taking care of my body, while I'm living my normal mission. So if I don't take care of my body and my energy and my mind, I mean, you'd be overwhelmed by all the demands, because listen, all I gotta do is pick up my phone and you're gonna have all kinds of, oh, that's cool, oh shit, that's it. Because what are the chances with thousands of employees on 3 or 4 different continents now that somebody's messing up? If messing up is not what I think they should be doing, it's 100%. So I'd always be in reaction until I trained my brain to say, no, problems are a sign of life and all they are challenges to be solved. And what makes you a great leader is your ability to solve problems or teach teams to build a culture where they can solve problems. And so it gives me this tremendous creativity and flexibility, but I've got the base of energy to make it work.